Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new or just clicked on this video, thank you very much. My name is Alexis and this is the Goddess of Daydreams Tarot. Today we're going to be going over the energies that are coming into the month of April for 2026. We're going to see what the universe wants us to be aware of, to be open for and cautious of, and prepared during the month of April. Please take what resonates, and I hope you receive the insight, answers, and energies through this reading. I am not surprised to see this card here. I was doing like a pre-shuffle, and this Maynard card had came out earlier. I'm not surprised. I'm going to get into it. I had to take a step back from the channel for a bit. Last week was my birthday. Let's just say I had an intense birthday week. But I am back on my game, channeling my energies. But yeah, those of you who are Pisces or have water placements that just finished going through the Mercury retrograde, we finished. We did it. All right, we did it until the next retrograde. But boy, oh boy, this retrograde was definitely a retrograde for the records. All right, Spirit, what else do you have for the collective? All right. So, is this, hold on. Let me adjust my camera. Right. Maybe a little inch and, okay, that's good enough. Sorry. So, as I said, the first card I have is Maynard. Madness, ecstatic ritual, energy release. And then we have sacrifice, renunciate, brain, please say the word, renunciation, offering, letting go. So I was kind of talking to my sister earlier about the energies I've been feeling since we started Aries season at the time that I'm doing this. And it is it is quite volatile energy. It's like at the surface of the subconscious of society, it's like ready to break out. And I'm not surprised to see these two cards here. This feels like a heavy sacrificial offering going on for April. I'm going to be straight up. Like, this is just going to be people in an energy that if you are not spiritually grounded during this month, whatever energies that the Dark Collective is putting out can easily overtake you. Like, this madness energy seems to be very overpowering. And if you are not careful with this sacrifice card, I see a lot of, I don't know if I can I can't say the S word. What's the other word? Let's just say if you're not careful, you can self-check out, or someone will do the self-checking out for you. But collective, you need to be really, really on guard with your energy and grounded in your power during the month of April, because I am just sensing a big sacrificial offering that the Dark Collective is trying to do. I'm again also not surprised seeing this energy, because at the time that I'm doing this, we are just touching 6 years since the beginning of the pandemic. And it was around this time of the year. It was a lot of deaths, a lot of confusion, a lot of chaos and sadness going on in the world. There was also some, things that were like opening and healing, like nature. But this energy that I'm looking at is the same energy I felt in the beginning of 2020. Give me a second. It's also very important that during this time or through April that you really do not participate too heavily in I'm going to say like social gatherings, because I am sensing that somebody is going to use a social gathering either outside, for the public, or something personal to target you or target your loved ones. Now, this could be on a more personal scale. I would say be careful. I'm kind of picking up energies of like very jealous or envious exes that if they cannot have you, no one wants to, then they will get rid of you so no one else has you. I'm also sensing like for those of you that may be in some type of legal drama, somebody is going to try to hurt you. I'm going to be straightforward. So, you have any upcoming cases or court dates that you have to follow through, April, you need to be very mindful and extra cautious of your environment. Someone is lurking in the dark doing, yeah, I see also a lot of heavy death magic in these two cards alone, but they will try to do something to you so you will not make it to the stand or to the court or to give your story. So please be mindful of that. And then for some, I also do sense in some cases that it is family related, especially if you have recently had a deceased loved one and they left something behind. You need to be careful where you're going with these family members. Someone's going to try to poison you so that they can get a bigger cut of whatever inheritance or money that was left to them. All right, let me go into a little more details. Oh boy, the April is going to be, I feel a little more confident in April though for the collective, because like I said, this was an energy that we had dealt before in the beginning of the pandemic. So like around March, April, and May of 2020, I feel that energy is trying to come up again, but because we're a bit experienced and we have now certain knowledge of what's happening in the world, we'll be able to counteract these energies if you're careful, if you're mindful, and you take the extra steps. But there is a big sacrificial energy or sacrificial ritual waiting to happen. And Spirit is saying you need to avoid this at all costs. All right, what do we have here? All right, we have She Who Persists, Jocelyn. Perspective, defiant, persistent. No matter how scary things get in April or going forward into the spring season, you have to stand your ground. You need to be 10 toes deep in your like root chakra or your root star chakra. You cannot allow any of these like forces or attacks to deter you from doing the right thing or doing what's going to be good for you. Because yeah, a lot of these energies also want to sacrifice a lot of people from stopping them from reaching their goals, getting enlightened, their spiritual awakening. Since the pandemic, there's definitely has been a growing numbers of the spiritual community. Some good, some bad, but the case is we're growing, we're expanding. So the collective, the dark collective, will do everything in their power to stop the ascension or the growth that the world has to go through regardless. They do not get to dictate when society can grow and when they need to remain the same. Change is constant. And right now, change is required from a lot of us. And we cannot allow the dark collective to use their scare tactics. Yes, I know they have money and resources and connection, but at the end of the day, they're just human. They shit and bleed like everyone else. So just remember that. So you cannot allow these dark forces to control your life, to control your destiny, and to control your goals or your direction that you wish to go in life. Let's get some more details. Stay persistent. Stay on your power, stay on your energy. Like, if anything, strongly, the message for April right now, you got to stand in your energy. You got to stand in your power. Because if you don't, these forces can easily overtake you. Spirit, what do you want me to do? Okay. No. All right, come on, Spirit. What do you have for me in the collective? Let me get 4 cards. Not all at once, but all right. Let me get 3 more. No, okay, I see. All right. Let me get 2 more. Come on. I don't know for you guys, but lately that I've been shuffling, a lot of cards are really jumping out. And I don't know if anyone else is having that same issue, but definitely in this corner I am. Not mad, but it does get annoying a little bit sometimes. Two more, Spirit. 2 more. Oh boy, these are quite heavy cards again. All right, what do you have? Last one, Spirit. So basically what I'm looking at with these cards so far, this is like a heavy submission like energy. Like, okay, I see, Spirit. For a lot of you, you could be dealing with a person who's doing like a submission ritual to have you submit to their will or to their demands. You need to be mindful of that and try to break out of it. Oh my goodness. Okay, yeah. Very, very heavy on the submission energy. Like, okay, I'll get to these cards in a bit. But yeah, I'm like getting a really big energy of like, if this person does not submit to me, then something come and take their life. It's like, if you do not give yourself to these people or to this person or given to their demands or wants, they will feel entitled to try to take your life. Now, first card I have is Mask. Deception, pretending, inconsistency. Be mindful of people around you this month. I sense in April, since it's going to be maybe at the time that where I'm in the US and we just hit spring. So people are going to be out a little bit more as the weather is going to get nicer. Be careful who approaches you. Somebody is being a double agent for the person who is trying to either sacrifice you or get you to submit to them. They're going to send someone that is going to try to weaken your defenses. I kind of say that they're going to kind of play like they're like the good guys or like they're a good person, but this person has a hidden agenda. They have an ulterior motive. Also, what I'm picking up too with this mask energy, again, be mindful of who is going to be coming around you in your environment. Because I do sense that some people are going to be coming out of covens. And it's like, okay. Spirit was saying to me, this feels like some type of initiation time where the coven is going to be sending out covens from the Dark Collective are going to be sending out the newbies and the ones that want to advance to go out into the public and get them a victim. So I'm sensing they will likely target you for you to come and join them at a party or at an event or a get together. but it's actually a illusion to get you in an environment where they can likely attack you and do much worse. Even for some of you, I'm going to say there's energy of trafficking, and someone has definitely been keeping their eyes on you. Be mindful of that. And for those of you that are like chill with a group of people and someone mentions about like joining a coven, but doing very outlandish or very, what's the word I'm looking for? Um, doing certain, what's the word? If this person wants to do like certain rituals or plans that don't sit right with your energy, don't go to them. You're going to have to decline. This person wants to start a coven for the wrong reasons. It is not to help you or the collective grow or to understand and harness your powers. This person is looking to sacrifice you or one of your friends so they can get something in return. Next, I have is withdrawal, but it's in the reverse. Quit, awakening, rejection. This energy does not want to let up. It looks like for the month of April, these energies or these people are going to do everything in their power and what they can do to keep you remain the brain. That's not what I wanted to say. To keep you connected to them. That's what I meant to say. Because I do sense for a lot of you, even if it's a new or old person, you are not going to want to be associated with these energies. I kind of feel for some of you that some people are going to come to you like, oh, we have history, how we've shared a bond, kind of tug on your soft spots, but that is just to remain connected to your life. And the next I have is bully. Embarrassment, gossip, unwillingness. Some of you are going to get harassed this month of April. I know these are things maybe it's not popular that people want to hear, but I have to be honest and I have to let you know what I'm seeing so that you can move accordingly. And with this bully card here, like they just gonna be on you like white on rice. And like I said, I'm not surprised to see these kind of energies because it looks like for April, it's like there needs to be a certain amount of sacrificial energy that the Dark Collective is trying to push. So they're gonna kind of get in your face, either if it's something personal or it's something bigger than like what's happening in your neighborhood or in your country. But these energies are gonna get in your face and they're gonna try to push you to the limits, like over your limits. Don't let these people push you to your limit. Okay, something was something in my head like Alexis, a lot of people have surpassed their limit. I feel one more push and they're gonna snap. Be careful because in a way, some of the people in the Dark Collective want that. So they can use that energy to counteract and use it against you. Like I see someone getting in a heated argument, like this person may try to bait you, and if you get in a heated argument, they will claim that you're being violent. And I even see an escalation of calling the cops to get you hurt or calling the ambulance to whatever the case is, they're going to try to get you in a really bad place and get you hurt or even worse. Excuse me while I take a sip of water. But yeah, they're going to go very heavy with this bully energy. And then last, I have inducement. Persuasion, bribe, temptation. I'm not surprised to see this card here either. If they cannot bully you, then they're going to try to sweet talk things with money or with bribes. I also am being told that for some of you, some of these people are going to try to bribe you with your own money to try to get you to do favors and stuff for them. Of course, do not take it. I mean, you also have free will. If you feel like you need to take this energy, go right ahead. But know that there's going to be a heavy backlash if you decide to take this energy. Maybe for some of you, you probably think like, maybe if I go behind enemy lines, I'll be able to understand what they're doing and fight back. I would suggest not to. Once you're behind enemy lines, you are extremely vulnerable. And yeah, you may see certain things, but okay, hold on. Spirit is saying if you go behind enemy lines, you're definitely going to compromise your energy. They're going to make you do things that's going to be very bad for your soul, very bad for your karma, and you're not going to be able to break out of it if you move along with this plan. You can do other way. You can There's other ways, means necessary to get the insight that you need, but I would not suggest going behind enemy lines, especially now with these cards that I have. They are just on a rampant energy of, can't even say the K word. Uh, they're on a rampant energy of just siphoning, sacrificing, and controlling. Because with this inducement here, it's also a form of control. And do you need the Dark Collective to be controlling your energies? No. If someone comes with an offer that seems too good to be true, that's the case, and you need to leave it behind. All right, I've spent enough time on these cards. Let me get into the tarot. But avoid all of these, like, it's going to be hard to avoid, but if you can avoid the inducement and the bribery, avoid it. For the bully energy, you just going to have to be like, I don't want to say knuck if you buck. Like, no, don't get violent, but definitely don't be pushed around. You're going to have to set firm boundaries and move accordingly to your energy. All right, Spirit, let me get two more. Okay. All right, I'll take this in reverse. All right, so for the mask, I have the Four of Swords. This person is going to try to put you to sleep. So like I said, be mindful of the energies that come around you for April, because they're going to try to get your defenses to be lowered, or like kind of chill with your boundaries. But that's for them and whatever coven or the Dark Collective that they're part of, for them to come into your energy and do or set up whatever their evil intentions are. I'm also kind of getting with this Four of Swords and the mask is, don't get caught lacking. Like, don't fall asleep on the enemy's like plans. Maybe certain things kind of like calm down or quiet down in your life, and you probably assume like, oh, maybe this person has backed off or they're leaving me alone. No, be careful. This person is contemplating. They are planning. They've been planning for quite a while. I'm going to pull an extra card for this Four of Swords. Ooh, I got the Star in reverse. That is very bad. They're coming in to like put an end to whatever beautiful life that you are creating or expanding. This person does not want to see you rise. Because for some of you, you are meant for stardom. And maybe for some of you, you're realizing, like, as you are progressing in ranks of whatever you do or whatever your talent or your background is, you are starting to notice that there are people that don't want to see you grow or expand. Be careful. Well, this is like a really bad energy. Like, I don't like seeing the star card in reverse, but it's like spirit is saying like this person is just been on the mind of just removing you. Next, with withdrawal, I have the Two of Wands. This person feels very entitled to your energy. They feel like you are their only source and they cannot go anywhere else. Never mind thinking about looking within themselves or being connected to God. No, they feel entitled to be connected to your energy and your energy only. They don't want to disconnect from you. This person is like, either I, because I'm looking at the Two of Wands, and it's like their only option in their mindset or in their reality is that if I cannot connect to their energy, I'm going to remove their energy. Also, what I'm getting from this Two of Wands is that when I was saying earlier how it seems like there's going to be some type of initiation, someone's going to be looking at you like, well, if I don't produce a sacrifice or a victim, then they will end up using me instead. So it's either me or the collective. So they're going to do whatever means necessary to either secure their position or to make sure to be secure in your energy. And if they cannot get any of these things, then you need to be removed, which you like are fully entitled to live in this world and do as you wish. So how dare this person, feel like they can make plans on who to end their life and such. All right, I was pulling an extra card for the Two of Wands. I have Judgment. Their guides, their angels are going to give them such an ass whooping, such a backlash. No matter what they choose, what they're choosing is evil anyway. So it's like spirit and their divine team is like, well, we're going to offer you then two punishments. Either you lose everything or you lose your life. Like, that's what this Judgment card is kind of pushing in. Like, if we're getting to the extremes right now, then we're going to give you extreme ultimatums, since you hear infringing on people's enemies, infringing on people's energies, and making plans on sacrificing. Either you lose everything or we just take your life. And listen, like, my collective, if push comes to shove, your divine team will see if you're acting up and they will punish you accordingly. I'm not saying that the collective right now is getting punished, but this is just to let you know that some of these energies that we are connected to, they will operate that way. It's not like down here that unfortunately we're being very lenient on laws and such. Like in the heavens, it's like we give you a lot of room to improve. But if you come to a certain point where you're feeling entitled to remove people off this earth because you want things from evil sources, then we can play that game. Next, with Bully, I have the Chariot card here. Now, for some of you that either are dealing with or you might be dealing with this bully energy in the month of April, I do see that you are going to be standing up and you're going to be going above this situation. And I do like the Chariot card is here because it's like no matter what the Dark Collective is pushing onto the collective, us, we're still going to be moving forward in our power and in our grace. We're not changing course, even though these people want to get in your face and threaten you and trying to subdue you or make you feel small. Because I also sense with this bully energy that what's going to be happening for April is a lot of people are going to try to make the collective feel small and insignificant. Do not allow that to interfere with your mind and your aura. You are moving ahead in where you need to be or where you need to go. Let me pull an extra card for the Chariot. Oh, I love this. We got the Six of Swords, and then we have the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, you're going to be focusing on moving forward with your life, moving towards better energies and environments, and you're working on your manifestations or your goals and your dreams. And with this Chariot card here, as long as you're being mindful of your energies, you're definitely moving according to your plan or according to divine's plans. Like, I see at some point in April, you're just like, man, I'm not going to let this bitch mess with my energy, or I'm not going to let this, what's the other word? I can't think of the other word right now. But you're not allowing anyone to, you're not going to tolerate this bullying, and you're certainly not going to allow these energies to slow you down or to try to manipulate you or make you feel significant. I also see that I'm kind of picking up that with this energy here, maybe for some of you, you might decide to take on like some type of class that, what's the word I'm looking for? Some type of self-defense class. I do see you might be picking up on like trying to defend yourself a little bit better, either physically or verbally. Take what resonates. And then last, with inducement, I have the Ace of Pentacles, but it's in reverse. So this is a big warning for those that feel like they might end up getting a bribe. If you take this bribe, that's it. Your money magic, your money frequency is going to be reversed. All that you have worked for and prepped for, if you go and take this money from the Dark Collective or from people that you don't really trust, that's it for your money magic. I kind of feel like for a lot of you, you're around the corner from that financial blessing, but something is going to come in at the 11th hour to deter you. So please, please, please be careful taking deals, taking bribes and whatever, because you will affect your money energy very negatively. And I don't know how long it will take for you to recover, but this is very bad. Now, the other thing that I'm sensing here is that if you don't take this bribe, definitely the money energy, whatever money magic that the Dark Collective is using, or those that are against you, their finances are going to take a terrible hit. So it's important that, again, you don't take these bribes so that this energy can be reversed back to them. And let me pull one more card for the Ace of Pentacles. All right. So with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, I have the Lovers. Avoid this and you will come into the right connections and the right people that will give you maybe the financing that you need, the scholarship that you are required to go for classes in the summer or in the fall semester. Spirit is going to align you to the right people and energies to help you overcome the month of April. But it is important that you renounce or do not accept any of these bribes or deals that you know are too good to be true, that you stand up for yourself, you have your boundaries in check, and that you are 10 toes deep in your energy and power. I do see a really positive turnaround at the end of April with this Lovers card here. Give me 1 second. Make the right choices and you will have the right outcome or the best outcome for the current situation. Because yeah, like I was saying, like, we're dealing with some massive sacrificial ritual energy. And if you move around this accordingly, then you're going to be aligned to the right places, the right spaces, the right people, and the right energies that will draw you away from this sacrificial energy, weaken the dark collective, so that us, the collective, can continue to expand and grow to where we need to be as human beings. Now, with that said, let's wrap up this reading with some final messages from the Clo. Let's see what they got to say. All right. So the first card I have is the Shield. Invoke heavily on your divine protection. Make sure your aura is clear and doesn't have any type of energetic holes. Make sure that your chakras are locked in and nothing is siphoning. Make sure that your third eye and your mind are in sync with heart and soul, so no one can influence or put doubt or scare you into doing something that you will regret in the future. But with the Shield card here, definitely Spirit is saying invoke heavily on your protection. You are protected, by the way. We just want you to invoke it and enhance it. Throughout April, it would be best for, like, usually when I'm doing my prayers, sometimes I tell God, make sure that you are enhancing and healing and strengthening my divine team's armor, their energy, and their power and weaponry. That way, they are able to stand firm and fight whatever energies I can't see. So I would suggest that you do that throughout the month. Also, wear your protective amulets, do your saging, play any Reikis or mantras to repel this sacrificial energy or this like death energy that they're trying to pull. And then last I have is the loop, but it is in reverse. Something is trying to break, but the dark collective is trying to take hold on it. And if there is like a massive energy of people sacrificing themselves or being sacrificed, then this loop is going to take longer to break. It's not that it's not going to break. It will break. It is meant to break during this time. But unfortunately, the Dark Collective still believes that they have a control of this. Also, aside from the Dark Collective, this could be people from your past, again, that feel entitled to your energy, that they don't want to break the connection with you. The connection is weakening. If anything, it's like bits of strings left. You can sever those connections easily. But you have to be careful this month because, boy, oh boy, there's definitely a lot of death planning and scheming going on here. But with the Lovers and the Chariot here, we're going to be moving forward accordingly to the universe plans for what the universe has in plan for us, especially those that are connected to source and to all that is good and wants better for this world. And with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. Please give it a like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more insight and messages. I would definitely appreciate it, and it will give tremendous support to my channel. And thank you to the new and current viewers and subscribers for coming to my channel to hear my messages. I hope that my readings have given you the insight, answers, and clarity that you need during this time. And if you feel that this reading did not resonate, no worries. Feel free to check out the other readings on my channel. There's definitely a message there for you. My collective, extremely be careful in the month of April. There is a lot of plans and schemes to put people in a disarray and another chaos that is going to be very challenging. Now, aside from like a big collective, those of you dealing with the personal issues, or, again, take what resonates, you need to move accordingly because people are planning to get you out of the picture. Remember to invoke and strengthen your divine protection. Make sure you're being mindful of your environment and who comes around you. And definitely do not take any bribes or join any schemes or plans, because if not, it will ruin your money magic. Other than that, I do see that you're going to be pushing on ahead for later in spring, doing whatever projects, whatever plans that you have made. And I do see it's going to be coming out successfully. And you will be around the right people in the right environments to do these things. But be careful, because anyone can look friendly, but not everyone is going to be your friend. And with that said, stay safe and have a good day.